The Endicott Performing Arts Center has been home to hundreds of productions featuring community talent from local shows to Broadway-scale performances. Now, it's time to take a journey through the historic landmark of Endicott and tour the theater to tell the 100-year story of the original Lyric Theater. Opened in 1917, the Lyric Theater was home to vaudeville productions and soon was used as a theater for movies. Additions were installed into the building and soon became part of the theater's legacy.
This is what we know now as the EPAC Cafe. It's been through a number of different transitions, but I guess this was part of the original 1917 construction of these buildings. This was the original Spanish tea room, which you can see the tin ceiling to. This is over the 20-year existence of EPAC, starting in 1998. This was actually not even part of EPAC. So as soon as we got in here, we started ripping down some walls and discovered the original beauty of the Spanish tea room.
The second floor of the building also entails part of the theater's history.
Well, so here we are in what we call the piano room today, part of the EPAC School of Performing Arts. But what was originally built as the Lyric Theater offices by the Dietrich family, which, if you ask me, has the best view of Washington Avenue. So if you can imagine, 100 years ago, you had the original owners and builders with their offices in here, and now we use it as our wonderful piano room, and the rest of the second floor being broken up into classrooms and rehearsal spaces. All right, so here we are in now what we call our guitar room or our vocal rehearsal room. But you can see, once upon a time, being a beauty salon. Looks like Patrina's. And I remember actually when we came in here in the late 90s, we actually hauled a bathtub out of one of these windows.
Ascending one more flight of stairs reveals the newly renovated dance studio.
Okay, here's the EPAC dance studio. But this is one of the first things we had when we came in 98, ripping down at least 2-3 walls through here, as you can see, to get this open space. There was a small art studio in the front. It was a local artist, Orazio Salati's art studio. Every square inch was covered with paint. And then, a room before that and a room before that. And there was a hallway down the side. These were all rental units that we had to rip out every wall and right out that front window out into the dumpster, which was quite a fun task. But right away using it for dance studio, rehearsal spaces and classes. All right, here we are at Dr. Latrento's office here. This is actually our drum room. Chris Adams, one of our resident drum teachers, teaches almost like 6 days a week out of here. And this was actually my acting room a number of years ago. So you can see, once upon a time, you came up here to get a little dentistry.
An unseen feature of the dance studio consists of a sliding door leading into one of the back prop storage rooms behind the theater's balcony. A closer look at the area above the balcony also reveals a few hidden facts about the theater's heritage. Okay, here we are in the upper balcony of the EPAC Robert Eckert Theater, the original Lyric Theater from 1917, which looked a lot different back then. There were theater seats that went all the way back up to the back wall up here. That's even before they installed the projection room. And this went through many different transformations. Projection room was actually down below us, and then they moved it, they added. Now it was up here, and then even when we came in, the projection room was used. All our projections came out of there. Now we're back to putting them out a little closer out of the front of the balcony. But we have what we call our VIP seating here, which is more booth seating, a little more comfortable, but no traditional theater seating left. All right, here we are in the projection room. EPAC used to use it. You'd come up here, you lift your little lever for a little blackout. They have a toilet up here and a sink for the projectionist, who obviously just wasn't allowed to leave his post. We don't use that anymore, but we obviously use it for storage now. But yeah, there's a window we had to block up, and a toilet that was already clogged. Going downstairs to the dressing room under the stage, we find remnants of the building's past, as well as marks from past productions the Endicott Performing Arts Center has done.
All right, so here we are in the main EPAC dressing room. This is built original for EPAC, now going on 20 years. This whole EPAC stage was built by EPAC, by volunteers. This whole area was filled with cement that had to be hauled out after they brought down the old proscenium, hauled out all this cement, hoisted up these I-beams, created this stage, built this all from scratch. Okay, here we are down in the basement, which I can only imagine if they used it for dressing rooms like we do, but it is the furnace, the boiler, and we used to do some pretty amazing Halloween fundraisers called Terror in the Theater, where the nickname The Pits came from, which we called this the Pits of Hell. And we would bring people down here on a tour and basically scare the wits out of them. And you can even see some here, some fake blood and some of the fun stuff we do here at EPAC. All right, here we are in the back hallway here, off stage left. This is what we kind of call the star dressing room, but this was originally, when we came in here, there were still the high chairs for a shoe shine place. It was kind of crazy because you're talking mid to late 90s, and that's how long that this little tiny store was closed. It was a place you'd come and actually sit up on one of those high chairs and have somebody shine your shoes for you. So that was a cool little place we came into.
The old electrical fuses and building steel can still be located in the dressing room. But now it's time to head to the main attraction, the auditorium itself.
All right, well, here we are in the jewel of EPAC, the sanctuary, the oldest operating theater in the greater Binghamton area. And as you can see, one of the only proscenium style, mezzanine, Broadway style type theaters left in the area, and seeing a lot of audience members and a lot of clapping hands and a lot of skilled artists and performers. These are the original seats to when we came in. Not the original 1917. We do have some of those though stacked away. Some of the original sides, the armchairs with the owls on them. We had the seats refurbished, reupholstered. When we came in, they were all taken out. This whole auditorium was empty. The stage was completely gone, nothing here. We started with the pop-up stage. We put a folding rent-a-stage up and folding chairs out here and just started doing performances and started doing fundraisers and Terror in the Theater and getting people in here and entertaining right away. And it slowly turned into this fantastic theater you see before you.
The stage has been the home of many productions, including repertory shows, the annual Rock Project, the Lyric Performers, and of course, the Kids Theater Workshop productions. EPAC hopes to run for many more years, allowing community talent to take center stage.